Hey, it's Berta.
And I'm Lisa.
And welcome to Two Takes Later, the podcast where two nostalgic millennials deep dive into your favorite shows, movies, and all things pop culture.
Because we're on a mission to rehash our old favorites, obsess over new discoveries, and basically never shut up about how they made us feel.
We're talking the scenes that made us ugly cry, the ones that had us throwing popcorn at the TV, and the moments we still can't get over.
So grab your snacks, grab your feelings, and get ready for a whole lot of opinions you didn't ask for, but are definitely gonna love.
Two takes later, because one take just isn't enough.
New episodes every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, Berta.
Hey, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good. And
Welcome, everyone.
we're
Two takes
back.
later. Yes, 2 takes later. Episode 2.
Episode 2, Season 1, Episode 2, Game of Thrones.
Let's do a quick recap.
Let's do it.
Okay, so there's a deserter at the wall. Ned decapitates him because you don't leave your post. Yeah. They find the dire wolves for all the Stark children and Jon Snow. Okay, so they have their dire wolf pups. The king shows up, King Baratheon, with the Lannisters.
Right.
And Bran sees something he shouldn't see. He sees a little bang bang between Cersei and Jaime, brother and sister.
They're twinsies.
Right? So weird. Anyway, so then Jaime pushes him out the window, so he kills it. He tries to kill him.
And that brings us to Season 1, Episode 2, The Kingsroad.
The Kingsroad. Tell me. What'd you think?
I mean, this is really... I love the first season. So I think that this is a really good episode that sets up all the players that we've got. Players that maybe don't see it to the end. Actually, as I was watching this, I was like, a lot of these people...
Are dead. Yes.
Don't...
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I know.
I mean, a lot happens, but...
But you know what? The funny thing is, and as much as it irritates me that they kill main characters, the people who die are still very important to the show. It's not just like, a random side character that you don't even know his name. Like, these are real people important to the game. And
Sure. And well, George R.R. Martin, when he was writing the books, in a lot of interviews, he did say, he modeled a lot of the storylines off of real-life historical battles and drama and all that good stuff. So
I will say,
I
love the outfits.
I mean, yeah.
Like, if I could just walk around with a cape dragging him behind me.
Yeah,
I'd
I
do
think
it.
is that we'll have to get to your fashion of the week.
I wasn't even
Your
thinking about
fashion.
that, but we'll get there. We'll get to the fashion of the week.
So should we start with our cheese, or should we get to the cheese later?
Let's get to the cheese where it fits into the story.
You're right. We'll talk about cheese of the sode later.
Cheese of the sode comes up soon.
So this episode opens with the Dothraki, and Jorah is kind of trying to make Dany feel better about her situation.
Yeah, poor girl's been ravaged. Like, just real bad.
It's kind of, in hindsight, those scenes are hard to watch. I feel like at the time, I don't know, I don't remember feeling as disturbed, but now watching it again, I'm like,
I think it's because you know what develops, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I agree. I just feel so bad for Dany. She just seems like this poor little timid... Yeah. She's just getting ravaged by Khal Drogo, who is huge. Like, he's a big guy compared to her, you know?
Yeah.
And so, you just feel bad.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like this is sort of where we start to see Jorah develop his feelings for Dany. You can tell that he's trying to help her, and I mean, we see a lot of this a lot later as she starts to come into her own and be powerful. But at this point, you can see him start to stick up for her. And,
right.
And you can see those feelings start to develop. Her brother is still just a total...
What a whiny dickhead.
What a jerk.
Oh my God, I can't stand him.
I hate him.
I hate him too. I hate him.
Tell him I hate him.
Okay. Viserys, we hate you. Like, for real though. This is mine. I'm this. That. See, I told you guys I can't actually do any voices. Just so you know.
You got it.
No, I did sound exactly like him because he just sounds like a whiny bitch all the time.
Petulant child.
So annoying.
I know.
So annoying. But, whatever. They're just on this caravan, and all of a sudden, let's change scenes.
It's really good world building. I feel like you get to see a lot of the Dothraki in these earlier episodes. You see these cool,
yes.
You see how they live. You hear about what they eat. Mm-hmm. You see their costumes. You hear their language. It's fun.
It is. I do really like the Dothraki part, for sure, because, like you said, I mean, you're seeing this huge, large group. You understand based on how they live and how, I don't want to say built they are, but like this is the reason why Viserys wants to use them as his army.
Yes.
Because they are badass.
Yeah. Yep.
They're badass.
And they also don't care about anything that's going on in Westeros.
No.
They are literally like, it is known.
Yeah, it is. It is known. Yes, that is funny.
They don't care. They don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're back at Winterfell. Tyrion slaps Joffrey
because he's being a little bitch.
He is. I love it. It's great. It's really satisfying.
I absolutely love the way Tyrion treats him.
Well, and we're only 2 episodes in. We already hate Joffrey,
yeah.
And then we get to see. I forgot that this slap was so early in the season.
Yeah.
And he
just hits him several times.
And he's like, looks at his hand, slaps him again.
Yep.
He's
great. Like, what do you mean? You can't do that to me. Slap.
I love it.
I love it too. And then he's just like,
his character's
okay.
fun.
Yeah. Tyrion's then just like, okay, time for breakfast. Like,
yep. Yeah. So and that was another thing I noticed about this episode. We are in the aftermath of Bran being pushed out a window. Mm-hmm. So we don't immediately see, people rushing to take Bran to the emergency. Right. There's no emergency room. There's no ER in Westeros.
There isn't.
But, there's probably a maester that goes and takes him, and Cat is, holding vigil next to him. A lot of really good emotional scenes that happen that we're going to get into. But it's interesting to see the conversations that happen. We see... Cersei's not so happy.
She's shocked he's alive.
You mean the boy will live?
Yeah, right?
Oh, no, isn't that lucky?
No, right? And then that's when Tyrion's like, "Oh, you did this."
Yeah, I feel like he kind of pieced it together maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because Jaime and Cersei look at each other like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I know what happened."
I feel like he does kind of piece it.
He totally knows.
This is where the show is kind of in these earlier seasons. You see people talking, and it's not so on the nose, but you can they give the audience some credit to like
figure it out
things without it being like shoved down your throat.
Right.
And this is one of those parts where you're like not totally sure, but you can kind of glean from what Tyrion is saying and what he's doing in his actions a little bit. And it's just fun.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, Cersei's like, well, I need to go, pay my respects. And she goes in, and Catelyn looks horrible. Just like so depressed. Obviously, her child is
I think there's some really good acting here. Yeah.
There is. Now, I didn't remember that Robert and Cersei had a baby that died.
Well, this is I think this is the only thing that...
Mention of it, right? But, I even forgot that scene happened. Not even, when I watched it, I was like, oh, I don't remember knowing this, after already watching it.
I don't think that it really... I mean, it's some character, building for Cersei, but I do think that it's interesting that she mentions that he had black hair. And all of her other babies are blonde. So this is very likely one of the only ones.
Yes, that was actually
Robert's.
Right.
So I don't even know what that means. I don't know. I don't remember the books. But I don't remember if it's said anywhere that maybe she had something to do with this baby dying. I don't know.
I don't remember, but I can't imagine. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No.
The baby, she had a baby.
But I believe, as I was watching this, I think this is one of the only times that Cersei is being real.
Oh, for sure. Genuine.
I feel like it's one of the only times that she's actually, that she's telling the truth.
Yeah, and showing her...
And her guard is down.
Yes, her guard is down, 100%.
Yeah.
Because she's teary-eyed, but she's hoping to God Bran dies.
Right.
So,
But she does say, I hope maybe the gods will listen.
Yeah, but that's a lie.
Right. I don't know.
Do you think she
she
went through something?
Talking, I feel like I don't know that she totally didn't mean it. I guess,
Yeah.
But it's a good scene.
It is. It is a very good scene. It is a strong scene.
And the cute
then
little
we show
direwolves.
up at the blacksmith, John.
Yes.
Who clearly adores Arya. Their relationship is so great. Gets her a sword made because she doesn't have any interest in sewing. Yeah. She doesn't have any interest in sewing and being a lady. She wants to be fighting and I love that he does that as a going away. I'm leaving.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's super sweet.
It's great. And this is the last time that they see each other for quite a long time.
Oh, for a very long time.
Until Arya
can't give away those spoilers yet.
But part of the reason, and I forgot about this, but Tommy was mentioning it. I guess this was so she names hers Needle.
Yes.
Because Sansa
has
really
her own
good
needle.
at needle
yes.
work, right?
Yes.
I forgot about that. How fun.
She says Sansa can keep her needles. I have my own needle. And I think that's so... It's good for her. It's good that she knows who she is.
Yeah.
And that...
Well, and then in the next episode, it's so fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
We will. So then John goes to say goodbye to Bran. Catelyn is a complete bitch to him.
Yeah, she's pretty terrible here. She's not very likable, is she?
No.
No.
I mean, before you hear her say, 17 years ago, you went off to war and came back with another woman's baby, you never got that she necessarily hated John. But this scene...
She's like fuming.
She's...
At his existence.
Yes.
You've said it.
Get out. Go. Get out of here.
I mean... She's really not. She's really, she loses some respect points for me in this scene.
I agree.
And it's hard to come back from.
Especially because he knows his place. He knows that he's not a Stark.
Yeah.
So, he's
never
tries. Yes, he never tries to. He takes care of all of them. Why do you have to be so mean?
I think that this is an example of, our heroes are flawed.
Yeah, well,
every hero is flawed in this show. There's not really any hero that you can totally say is just this perfect, wonderful.
Which is good because that's not real life.
Maester, is it Maester
Lewin? I don't know.
Or Aemon Targaryen's cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Master Lewin's got some shitty stuff going on. Just seems a little sketchy sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
You're I just don't like his vibe.
I just don't like his... Exactly. I don't like his vibe.
I don't like his vibe.
I don't like his vibe. But
I feel like he... Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and so he goes to say goodbye. Also, 17 years ago, Jon Snow is not 17.
No?
I mean, yeah, he is in the books, but...
You don't think?
Kit Harington does not look 17
Well, he would have been 16. But still.
But
I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I feel like he looks like he's 20.
Yeah, at least.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess all the hearty meats from Winterfell.
Maybe. I don't know. He definitely looks older than he's supposed to be.
Well, he's also Targaryen, so maybe he's just.
We don't know that yet.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have to cut that because we can't tell them that yet.
You're right.
That's important. We have to cut that.
Okay.
We have to cut that.
All right.
But anyway, so now we're on the journey on Kingsroad.
Yes.
We come to the T, and we split.
And then Ned says to Jon, "Next time we see each other, I'll tell you about your mother."
Listen, I'm just gonna say this: if Ned Stark wouldn't have kept so many fucking secrets, this show would only have been one season.
I know. I feel like he could have just said. I mean, given him a little something here, man. And I feel like we should have just known that this wasn't going to turn out well when he's like, next
time I see you. And then, okay, again, I can't jump ahead. Okay, so there's one example of when Ned should have just told people what was up.
Something.
There's one.
That's
I know.
One. Yeah.
We'll have a few more coming.
Yes.
So annoying. But
cut to Robert and Ned eating. And
back up. I just want to point out that Tyrion, so they come to the T, Tyrion and Jon go with Benjen.
Oh, right.
They're going to go to the wall.
Yes.
Okay, so now...
So we've got our two... So this is our game board. Yep. And we got two teams that are kind of forking off.
Yeah. Team King's Landing, Team the Wall.
Team, yes.
I don't know.
I think I'd rather go. I would not want to go to the wall. It does not look fun. But we're going to. We cut to right. Mm-hmm. Rob and Ned eating, and I mean, what a charcuterie! What a charcuterie!
For real though, like you're just walking on a road. How do you have all this to set up a beautiful spread?
There's a table with figs, meats, cheeses.
Yeah. Obviously, alcohol.
Speaking of cheese.
What's our cheese of the sode? Tell us.
Bum, bum, bum. We are ready for the cheese of the sode, guys. It's that time. Our cheese of the sode today is a white cheddar cheese curd that we thought would pair nicely and would go really well on Robert Baratheon's charcuterie board.
Okay, here we go.
It would pair well with some grapes, some figs.
Mm-hmm. That it would.
Some of talking about Bessie.
Oh my God, with her big titties. Yep. Bessie and her big tits. Yeah.
You know,
that's a delicious cheese.
I like it.
Is it like, what flavor is it?
White cheddar.
Oh.
So, you know,
white cheddar cheese
flavored.
curd. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty delicious.
I like it. You know, you can't go wrong with a curd.
I mean, you could probably argue against that, but I guess it depends.
I never met a curd I didn't like.
No? I'm glad. I'll tell you what, I like it way better than the cheese from last week.
I know.
So
I know you felt really strongly about it.
I did. This is really good, though.
We're pairing it with...
This is really good.
You want to tell them what we're pairing it with?
We made our own mimosa, basically, with blood orange soda and a rosé, right? Mm-hmm. A barefoot rosé.
And this is, I think, really what Robert would have enjoyed along the Kingsroad.
That is delicious.
He would have been like, get me another flagon.
Oh, he's
of my barefoot peach-flavored wine.
Yes, of my mimosa.
And the oranges.
Are
they blood?
Are they blood oranges? Or just regular oranges? They're not tangerines, are they?
Blasted if you bring me a tangerine.
Okay, so
Bobby B.
There's an actual reason, though, that we see them sharing this feast. What do we find out? What message came?
Yeah. Okay, so a message came from across the narrow sea from
someone.
Jorah.
Oh, Jorah sent it.
Yes, it's Jorah.
I didn't know Jorah sent it.
That's why. Okay, we'll get to it. But actually, no. This is in the next episode. So,
okay, I did not.
But it's Jorah that's sending these messages,
and that's why he says he has to go ride.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't realize that's who that was from, but we find out that Dany married Khal Drogo, and now the Targaryens have a large army.
Yes.
And Robert is afraid.
They're talking about appointments, and that's one of the appointments they're worried about.
Yeah.
Is
Robert knows that a war is coming.
Yes.
A war is coming. And
a war is coming, Ned.
Right? And Ned's like, dude, back off. They won't cross the narrow sea. You don't got nothing to worry about. And Robert's like, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. So, okay. Right on cue, we transition to Cal banging Dany.
Oh, we do? You know what? I didn't even make a note of that because I was like, I want to just...
Well, the reason...
I don't want to watch this
anymore.
Here's
the reason I did is because he's like real going to town and she's crying. Like, you can tell she's upset. And all of a sudden, her eyes glance to the dragon eggs. And her face turns into like a smile smirk. Like, all of a sudden, a complete change of who she... I don't know. I don't know what triggered that, but that was
I think she's just like happy about that the price of eggs went down, and she's.
Is that what you think? Eggs.
Yeah,
the eggs. I get it. Yeah. No, it makes
my eggs.
Sense. That makes complete sense. Yeah. So she's just like staring. I don't know if she like hears. I feel like there's some kind of background noise, and I feel like she hears something in the egg or something, and then she's like, this is why I'm doing this.
I think there's a lot of like visual cues there that just say that she is going to be the mother. You know, she's mother.
I can't wait.
I have here, guy tries to kill Bran, Wolf is good boy.
That does happen. Okay, so wait. First we find out Benjen brings 3 new recruits to the fire.
How did I
So there were the three, like, the thieves. I wrote down everything this time.
Like, really
I pretty much wrote down the entire episode.
You go ahead.
So but Jon is sitting there at the fire with Tyrion. Tyrion's reading, and these three, like, new recruits, basically, I say, quote, recruit, because they were given the choice to be punished for their crime or join the Night's Watch.
Okay.
And you basically realize that that's where all these people come from. They're either runaways or criminals, and then there's, like, a conversation between Jon and Tyrion about why he reads, and Tyrion's like, well, my mind is my most powerful thing.
Oh, right.
I'm a tiny man.
Yes.
Tiny man. Is that politically correct? I don't know. Tiny man.
I don't think so.
We'll call him. It's okay. It's better than imp, I think. So
for sure.
Okay, so now the man comes in, tries to.
And Wolf is good boy.
Wolf is very good boy.
BOI boy.
Like, because, like, Catelyn, I gotta give it to her. She really puts up a fight against this guy. Slices her own hands. Like,
it's the
Is that what it is?
Yes.
If somebody attacked you, you would fight them off.
Yes.
I would just lay down and let them kill me. I probably wouldn't try to fight.
It would depend on the day for me, but
okay.
Yeah, I maybe would.
Yeah. Pull a Catelyn on them. Yeah. So then she's, like, putting up a good fight, but then she gets down on the ground. Dude's ready to kill her. Good boy comes in.
I know. It's so great. And I like how the whole time before this, she's like, keep the dogs
up.
Keep the dogs out.
Keep them quiet. And guess what? Your boy's alive because of his wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a changed woman after that.
I agree.
She's kind of, I mean, she's like, all right, maybe we let the dogs sleep with Bran.
That's all right.
I think maybe I can move my goalpost.
Yeah, maybe I overreacted about them.
Maybe that's not important here.
Okay, so then we're back with the Dothraki.
Yes, and is this where she's talking with
Doria? I don't know how to say her name.
Her handmaiden.
Her servant or slave. Yeah.
I feel like we should have known that dragons were coming back immediately, because this whole time everybody's like, there are no more dragons.
Yeah.
They're all dead, Khaleesi.
Yeah.
They're never coming back.
It is known. It is known.
We should have known they're definitely coming back.
But she's like, listen, Doria, or however you say her name, you know how to pleasure a man. Teach me how to pleasure the cow. And that's an interesting scene, for sure. There's a lot of, you know, uncomfortable feelings, I feel like, in that one. But turns out for the best, I think.
I mean, she's doing what she has to do to survive and make her situation better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, She doesn't want to just be used and thrown away. She wants to love this man who is now her husband. And I think it goes well. I mean, there's definitely a shift in their relationship. I mean, that part goes well, but yeah.
I mean, for sure.
Yes.
It seems like they actually love each other, or at least respect each other, and it's not just you're my property kind of thing. I feel like this is where that shift happens.
Yeah. I mean, she's, Dany is the queen of, like, making the best out of a horrible circumstance.
I agree.
Yes. Okay, so what is next? Where are we at in the episode? Because we're almost done.
Almost.
Right? We're wrapping it up.
So we got the first glimpse of the wall. There's, like, literally just, that's the only scene is Jon sees the wall. And Benjen's were like, yeah, it's overwhelming or daunting or something like that. And then it goes to Catelyn holding this secret meeting.
Right. In the woods.
In the woods.
In the God's wood.
Yeah, and she's like, listen, so we have... she found blonde hair.
Yes.
Because she went to the tower. And she's like, Bran could always climb. He's such a good climber. I see this blonde hair. It's got to be a Lannister. So then she calls a secret meeting.
She does some CSI investigating.
Yes, she does. We did a DNA test. And we found out this is Cersei's hair.
Bleep, bloop, bleep.
Yeah.
In the computer.
Yep.
Yes.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. And now she wants to figure out how to make them pet.
Something is going on.
She wants to tell Ned. She's like, and Master Lewin is like, we'll send a raven. And she's like, no, we can't let anyone know. Like, I have to tell him myself in person. No caravan. And
Secret.
Roderick decides he's going to escort her to go see Ned.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, best part of the scene. Fucking bitch.
Joffrey?
Yes.
Right.
So tell me what happens.
I really wanted to talk about this. I was hoping that I somehow missed this part, because I really hate the part where Joffrey and Arya are fighting, and then the dog comes in and tries to help. I really hate it. I hate this part because I hate the aftermath of it.
You know what's coming.
But I do think, like, upon rewatching this is where Sansa seals her fate. And it's not her fault, but Sansa sees him in a point of vulnerability. He gets bitten. And this is where she will never come back as anything in his eyes. She's done. She will never, she comes and tries to help him.
Right, and he's like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me. This is a turn in, like, the second episode.
Yeah.
She's never going to be okay again with him. It's never going to happen.
Well,
I was
thinking that at first. Is what I was thinking. Like, okay, she saw him. But then, okay, so Nymeria attacks. Arya says, Nymeria, you have to go. They're going to kill you. She's all upset. She's hiding. There's a whole search party out looking for Arya. And Ned finds out that Arya's already in front of the king. Super mad about that. Right. Why wasn't I told? Goes back, and there's a he said, she said. What Joffrey says that Micah and Arya attacked Joffrey, and then the wolf attacked him. Right. Like, it was like complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And of course, Arya's telling what really happened. And they say, bring in Sansa. She'll tell us what happened. And I thought at this point, when Sansa says, I don't remember, you gave him an out. I feel like for him, that should have been like, oh, okay, she's on my side. I thought that would change.
He doesn't think that way. He's evil. So he doesn't think that way. It's all that matters is that she saw him in a point of vulnerability. It doesn't matter that she was nice.
Right. Or she sided with him or whatever.
Yeah, it does not matter from now on out what she does. He has already made his mind up about her because of who he is.
Yeah. So Cersei says,
it's an interesting dynamic,
kill the wolf. They're saying they can't find the wolf. And so Cersei demands that they kill Lady Sansa's wolf.
No, it's awful. I hate it.
Right. And, like, at that point, if I were Sansa, I'd have been like, wait. Okay, here's what happened. Like, they're going to kill your wolf. And you really care about this wolf.
Yes.
But,
people give... This is where, back whenever this was airing, everybody hated Sansa a little bit because she was kind of... she made decisions that we didn't like. In hindsight, again, she is a teenager, and I'm sure it's somewhat relatable.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Right?
Yes.
Like, what are you doing?
Well,
I
don't know, man.
Like, immediately she sees him, and this is in episode 1, and she's like, oh, what a stud, I want to marry him. Like,
I know.
Calm your mangoes.
Just wait.
Yeah. You don't know that.
No.
And you shouldn't have wanted to marry him. Whatever. Yes. So anyway, Ned goes out, kills Lady.
He should have let her go. He's too honorable, which we know that. And then Bran wakes up.
And cut to black.
That's it.
Do you think
Season 1,
episode 2. Do you think that Bran woke up because Lady died? Like, do you think there is a significance to the timing of Ned kills Lady, cuts to Bran?
Well, you might be onto something there because in the books, the Stark children have it's called warging abilities.
Yes, there's like a connection.
Yeah,
a real connection.
They're able to it's called warging. They're able to warg into the.
Oh yeah, into
they're
the
able to share consciousness. So, actually, I guess they do. Bran does do that.
And I feel like
maybe
because I feel like when Ned is ready to kill Lady, good boy is acting up.
Yes.
And then I think that is what wakes Bran up.
Yes, they definitely have a connection.
Yeah.
Dogs, as we all know, anyone watching this or listening to this knows, dogs can sense things.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel like they play into that in this show a lot.
Okay, well that was episode 2.
Episode 2.
Holy shit. That's great.
We're doing it.
Okay, catch us next week for episode 3.
Bye.